Hey, this is Matt Boggs, and when developing a great relationship, there are two components that you're looking for. One is chemistry, and the other is compatibility. You want to have both of these for a fantastic relationship. And often it's really easy to get seduced into thinking, does he like you? And looking for the signs of whether or not he's into you, he likes you, he's falling in love with you. And if he is, then to just go with it and run with that relationship. But that comes at a cost, because if you're not careful and you choose a guy who isn't compatible, or worse yet, doesn't have what it takes to actually be in and develop a healthy long-term relationship, then it only leads to pain down the road. So how do you know if the guy that you're interested in and who's interested in you is actually mature enough and healthy enough for a long-term relationship? Well, today I'm going to share with you 7 signs that your man is ready for a healthy, serious relationship. Check it out. These signs actually come out of a great book that I was reading recently called How We Love by Milan and Kay Yurkovich. And they unpack what a healthy relationship and a healthy attachment style is versus unhealthy relationship patterns. And every one of us, as we're growing up, we learn from our moms and our dads how to have our own relationship patterns. So the first healthy relationship sign that you're looking for is that he is secure with both connection and independence. See, in any relationship, there are going to be times when you're connected and you're doing things together, you're cooking together, you're going on dates together, you might be even working in a job together or working on a project together. But you want the person that you're seeing to be equally as secure when they're together with you as when they're independent, doing their own thing. You want them to support you in doing your own thing, having your own passions, having your own hobbies, having your own friends and spending time with those friends. It's interesting, in my coaching, I coach a lot of successful women who are doing very well in their business, and one of their great concerns is being with a man who's going to smother them or who's not going to respect their independence. Their concern is losing their independence and losing this great life that they've created for themselves. And that's actually a sign of an unhealthy relationship. If he is smothering and not willing to let you have the things that you would love for your life, have the independence that you would love, then that's a sign he's not the right fit for a long-term relationship. You want a man who will both be secure with connection and independence. Number 2 is he knows how to both give and receive. It's interesting, relationship patterns, a lot of us tend to be really good at one or the other. We're either really good at giving in a relationship and not so good at receiving. And we will pour ourselves into this relationship, give, and then not be willing to receive. Or we're really good at receiving, but not good at giving and contributing back into the relationship. Well, both are actually toxic, because the person who is a taker is not contributing to the relationship, but the person who is a giver and an overgiver, that person will become burnt out and then resentful of the relationship later on. I'll always remember really a life impactful moment for me. I was getting my master's degree in education, and I had the privilege of studying with a man named Mr. Shoshin. And Mr. Shoshin was the school's favorite teacher. This guy was passionate about what he did. He made learning fun, and all the kids loved this guy. And I got to study with him, and I was very grateful. Well, early in our time together, the first week, he takes me to Burger King for lunch. And I'm, 22 years old, and so we drive into this Burger King drive-thru, and he says, "What do you want?" And I order my food, and as we pull up to the window to pay, he pulls out his wallet, and he's gonna pay, and I pull out my wallet, and I'm like, "Hey, Mr. Shoshin, let me get mine. I don't expect you to pay for me." And he's like, No, I got you." And I know, "No, seriously, here's, $5. And he turned to me in that moment, and he goes, "Matt, receiving the gift honors the giver." And it was so powerful for me in that moment, because I had thought a better move would be just to kind of override him and pay for my stuff so that I'm not a burden to him and not receive. But receiving in that moment was actually the highest value thing that I could have done. And that has always stayed with me. So you want a man who is both good at giving and good at receiving, as you want to be both good at giving and receiving in a relationship. Number 3 is he can accept the good with the bad. You know, every one of us, we have good days, we have bad days. Every one of us, we've got successes, and there are moments when we have failures. And the healthy person in the relationship realizes this, and they don't connect their own self-worth, their own value to things going perfectly or them being perfect, and feeling like if they have a setback or they have a bad day or they have a failure, that their own value diminishes, that they actually are connecting their own value to the effort that they're making, to who they are rather than what they're producing in life. And that healthy person affords you that same compassion, that same understanding, that same patience. They don't hold you to a standard of perfection. They don't hold you to a standard of having to have everything go right all the time. They're willing to have patience. They're willing to have compassion. They extend it to both themselves and to you. That kind of person is going to make the relationship a much smoother ride. Number 4 is he knows how to wait and delay gratification. See, in any relationship is made up of 2 people. And so while we have our needs, your partner has their needs as well. And so the person who knows how to wait and delay gratification realizes that they are not the center of the universe. They're willing to get their needs met, but they're also willing to do it in a way that allows their partner to get their needs met as well. And this often comes up early in a relationship around sex. And not all the time, but often the man wants to have sex before the woman is ready. And so the man who is mature is going to wait until you are 100% ready. He wants you to feel comfortable before you guys engage in being intimate with one another. The man who is not mature, the man who is not ready for a great relationship, a healthy relationship, is the man who's going to pressure you, is the man who's going to try to make you feel guilty because you're not giving it up. And make no mistake, that kind of behavior out of that man isn't just isolated to that moment of the sexual encounter. That will infiltrate, that kind of behavior infiltrates its way into other aspects of the relationship and becomes like a cancer to the relationship, that his needs are always going to be more important than yours. So you want to make sure that you're with a man who is willing to wait and delay gratification until both of you are absolutely ready. That is a man who's not only willing to take care of his needs, but take care of your needs at the same time. Number 5 is he knows how to say no. Healthy individuals in healthy relationships know how to set boundaries, not just in the relationship, but really in life. Because the 2 of you in a partnership together, what you say yes to other people affects the relationship, commitments that you're making, and whether you want to lean into that commitment to a family member or to a friend or to a boss is going to impact the relationship. For example, you say yes to a boss on a project you really don't want to help out with, or you can't or don't have time to help out with, and now you're working late nights and taking time away from the relationship. Or you say yes to and overextend yourself in a family relationship, and now you can't honor the one-on-one time with your significant other and you're off doing family stuff. A healthy person knows how to set boundaries when given an unreasonable request or when faced with a demanding person. They know how to say no. It's the unhealthy person that says yes and then complains to other people about it as if they're a victim and never actually goes to the person with whom they have a problem. That is an unhealthy pattern. You want a man who knows how to set boundaries, who knows how to take care of himself with healthy boundaries, and by virtue of that, take care of the relationship with you with those same healthy boundaries. And these last 2 are probably the most important. Number 6 is he knows how to work through conflict. See, you are guaranteed a couple things in a great relationship. You are guaranteed joyful moments and you're guaranteed moments of conflict in any kind of relationship. It's going to happen. You know this, you've experienced this. The degree to which your man can work through conflict, that is a skill and a quality that will last the test of time and help contribute to the deep quality of that relationship. An unhealthy person avoids conflict. They don't want to talk about it. They sweep it under the rug. They either pretend like nothing's wrong, and then when it builds up, then they explode about that same conflict, and they're unreasonable and hard to actually find a solution to that conflict. You want a man who is able to, what we call, shovel while the piles are small. If something bothers one of you, you're willing to talk about it right when it happens, find a solution, and move on. And that's how you keep the energy in that relationship clean, clear, the relationship feels lighter, and it ends up being a whole lot more fun and enjoyable for years to come. And number 7 is you want a man who's willing to say he's sorry when he's made a mistake. You see, the unhealthy man gets defensive, but the healthy man is willing to own when he's made a mistake and apologize for any errors that he's done in the relationship. It's the insecure man who feels like saying he's sorry or making an apology actually demeans his status in the relationship. It demeans or lessens his value in the relationship, which isn't true at all. It's the healthy person who knows that, you know what, when I've made a mistake, I'm willing to say I'm sorry and make it right. You want a man who's willing to do that. So make it a major red flag if the guy that you're seeing, even when he's wrong and knows it, won't say he's sorry. Because the guy who says he's sorry is the guy who's mature enough, secure enough to create an amazing, long-lasting relationship with you. And my question to you is, of these 7 signs that we've just gone through, are there any other signs that you are looking for when you're looking for a man who's going to be in a long-term relationship with you? What do you value most? Go ahead and put that in the comment section below. I hope this serves you and gives you a crystal clear blueprint that when you're dating a guy, you're looking for these signs. If he's got all these 7 signs, a massive thumbs up to a great partnership and a beautiful relationship with you. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you soon.